You are listening to the Estheticians Earning More podcast with Brittany Hageman, episode number 211. Happy Monday. Welcome back. I am so excited to tell you about today's episode. So it's kind of different than anything I've ever done before. And I hope that you like it and it's helpful for you no matter whatever stage your business in. And that is, I'm going to talk to you about something that I'm doing in my skincare business. I'm going to talk to you now today before I do it, and then I'm going to talk to you about it after. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I think when I work with estheticians, one of the things that I see is that people have either unrealistic expectations of how things should go, or people assume that if they have a fear and they're nervous and anxious, that means it's not a good idea. And those are the two biggest misconceptions that I think people have when they're growing their business and putting themselves out there. And this can be people who are already like half booked, like they're doing good, but they want more, and they still they got booked by doing things that they felt a little bit more comfortable doing. And now they have to put themselves out in the world in a way that's a little bit less comfortable, and that's scary to them, and they won't do it. So I'm going to tell you what's going on. So this Saturday, I'm not going to be uploading this live, so this will be a past event when you're listening to it. But this Saturday, my gym is having a vendor day. So during before and after the classes, there's going to be a bunch of vendors there with their stuff, selling their stuff. And I have signed up to be a vendor for my skincare line. Oh, okay. So I'm going to first tell you how this came about, because this is my third business that I've built in almost 10 years and has not gotten easier on me. But I know, because this is the third time doing it, this is what you do. This is how it goes. And it just is what it is. It's just uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is the currency of getting your dreams met. So I first joined this gym end of 2024. And I noticed within the first couple months, I think once a quarter, they have these vendor events. And I was like, interesting. So I knew I was going to start my skincare line. I was already kind of in the works, getting stuff. So then I would say spring 2025, it took me probably 3 times to get up the courage. I approached the manager of the gym. Now this gym is my ideal clientele. It's women, most women, they're men. They're mostly women, a lot of moms, which is my skincare line is targeted for. And the gyms are really expensive. And so people have to have at least enough money to pay for the gym. So buying skincare wouldn't be something that they couldn't afford. So it's the right fit. Just because I'm saying this example doesn't mean this is the best thing for you, but it may be depending on what you do. And so I talked to the gym manager who I'd already kind of had a relationship with. And what I mean by that is I would always say hi to her and just how are you doing? Not I'd sit and have coffee with her, but we had she knew my face. And then I got the courage and I was like, hey, I have a skincare line that I'm developing. I'm hoping it'll be ready by the fall. I was wondering if I could be a vendor at an event that you have maybe in the fall. And she was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Tell me about the line. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. It's for busy moms. And she's like, well, I don't take care of my skin. So I don't know if that's going to work for me. I don't know about me, but other people may be interested. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I understand, which is true. And I think I also had said in that same conversation, I asked her if I could maybe put some free products in the bathroom for people to use to test. And I think if I remember correctly, I asked her at the same time and she said yes. Okay. So then fast forward, I did my testing, launching my products in the summer. And in August, I approached her again and was like, hey, my skincare line is ready, or at least the basics are ready. I'm still developing multiple products, but the basics are ready. It's ready. Is there an event coming up that I could be a vendor at? She's like, yeah, actually there is. It's in October, la, la, la. This is the details. You bring your table. These are the hours you come. And I was like, okay, how much does it cost? She said, well, you're a member, so it's free. It's amazing. I was willing to pay, whatever. And I am like super excited, and I gave her a few samples. Like, you can tell my the breathing. I'm so nervous. So I gave her some samples. I was super nervous to give her the samples. Like, my hands are sweating now just thinking about it. And like, mind you, like, I have given probably like 30 people samples, and the majority of feedback has been like, we love the products. Like, it's been a very positive thing. Okay. So I gave her the samples, and she's like, I don't really use skincare. My skin's super sensitive. And I was like, I know. Like, I think I gave her 2 things, maybe 3. And I was like, this is for like super sensitive skin, because I have super sensitive skin. So I'm like, it should be fine. Like, I have eczema all the time, and it's not, it made my eczema better, not worse. So anyways, I go home, shower, get ready for work, and I get a text message from her. So she must have like looked up my phone number in the her, the customer members portal. She's like, oh my God, I love the products. Like, I'm obsessed. I was like, oh, wow, okay, great. Like, I was super excited and surprised that she reached out. So now we are T-minus like 3 days away, and I am almost ready. I'm still getting a couple things together. Like, I ordered a tablecloth to go over my, like, if you're watching the video, there's like a folding table next to me that I do a lot of work on. And so that cloth will cover this folding table. I'll bring it with me. And then the big project, which I've been working on, which is why there's been no podcast, is making sampler bags. Again, if you're watching the video, I'm showing the sampler bags, but I had to find the bottles, labels for the products, and then I had to, I hope you're not hearing the plastic in the background, sorry. I had to find the bags that would fit the bottles, and then I had to make the inserts, which told the instructions, and an insert that had the ingredients, because, you have to sell ingredients, and the sample bottles are too small for ingredients. And pricing it's taking me like 2 months to do that, which I'm actually really proud of it. I think it's adorable. So my goal is to sell 25 of those. And I'm also going to have full-size products. And I did put my products in the bathroom at the gym, and people have been trying them. You could tell they've been opened and been used. And I am so nervous for Saturday. Like, so what I'm going to walk you through is what I do with my clients and what I'm continuously doing to myself, like coaching myself. And then I'm like, what's the worst case scenario? What's the best case scenario? And what's the most likely case scenario? So the worst case scenario is that nobody buys anything. The people like walk by and smile, and like, no one's like, I don't think anyone's going to like come up and trash me. That would obviously be the worst, but I don't think that's very possible. But the worst case scenario is people just like ignore me or politely ignore me. That would not be so fun. But it's super possible. Like, it's possible, right? Would it be a waste of my time if that happened? No, it would not. And the reason it would be not a waste of my time is because people still may be interested in buying from me in the future. They see my face with the products, and they see me at the gym. So maybe that day they were running to go somewhere, like they had a birthday party or something, and they didn't have time to stop and talk to me, but the connection's been made in their brain. Putting yourself out there for your business is never a waste of time, ever. It may not give you the results that you want, but I do believe in like the energy of putting yourself out there. So that'd be the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is that I completely sell out. That those 25 sample packs and then the full-size products that I'm also going to bring, gone. That I have like 2 things left at the end of there's 3 classes at the end of the classes. Because this gym is like one big room, and the classes are, the one class at a time is it's like a HIIT boot camp kind of gym. So I will be in the room while they're working out with them and the other vendors. Like, they'll see us. So the best case scenario is that like I sell out and I don't have anything else to give them. And like, I'm taking all the product that I have with me. So like, there's nothing even at home I could get. Best case scenario. The most likely case scenario, and this is what I have found consistently, years of doing this, now in 3 different businesses, seeing other estheticians that hire me to help them do this types of stuff. The most likely case scenario is I will make some sales. I will probably not sell out. I will, like, the chances of me making 1 or 2 sales is going to happen. Am I going to walk away with a couple $1,000s? Probably not. But I probably will make a couple sales. A few people will be interested. I may give out a lot of business cards, a lot of paper, like things that they can take home. And over the next few months, sales will start trickling in. I'll get hopefully a lot of Instagram followers or TikTok followers. That is going to start trickling in over the next 3 months. Those people, just like I said in worst case scenario, will now see my face, that I have a skincare business. They've seen me in classes for months. They may stop me on a random Tuesday and be like, hey, weren't you the one with the skincare line? Do you still have that sample pack? Yeah, let me pull it up on my phone. I'll send you the link. You can buy it right now. I'll ship it to your house, or I'll bring it tomorrow, right? So that is the most likely case scenario, that I will be making a lot of connections, or maybe not even a lot, some connections, some brand awareness. If I believed that I'm going to go and it's going to be like gangbusters and I'm going to sell out and it's going to be incredible and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to like come home with you and so I can get my order. Like that is not going to happen. And if I fully believed that no one would be interested at all, both of those things do not serve me. And I think estheticians, business owners that I have worked with, usually in one of those two camps, usually is they believe nothing will happen at all, usually. But sometimes they're like, this is it. This is the golden ticket. This is the thing that I need to change my life. So if you believe it's the golden ticket on anything that you do in your business, like any of the strategies that I teach, any of that, if you think this is it, this is the one thing I've been missing, if I do this, now everything's going to come into line and the money's going to flow and it's going to be so easy, 99% of the time, that is not going to happen. And you're going to be so disappointed. And it's going to be so hard for you to do it again because you had such high hopes and it just crashed down so hard on you. If you believe nothing is going to happen, you could be setting yourself up for failure in the sense that you aren't going to really try. You're like, oh, I did try it. It didn't matter. It didn't work. And then it didn't really give you a lot initially. And so instantly you're like, never doing that again. Not going to work. But if you kind of have the expectation that I'm working on having, because my brain really wants to believe nothing's going to happen from it. So it's fine. I just keep telling myself, like, I know this is scary, but I'm probably going to get a couple sales. I'm probably going to meet a lot of people. People are going to say, oh my gosh, I didn't know you had a skincare line. We get that a lot. I'm going to get hopefully a good amount of Instagram followers, like 30 Instagram followers would be amazing. Or TikTok, And I'm just going to be telling a lot of people about products. That's all I'm going to be doing. And that would be successful. If people are interested in talking to me, that is the success for me. And if people aren't interested in talking to me, it doesn't mean that my products are a problem, that I am the problem. It doesn't mean anything. It just means it wasn't the right day or the right place for me to be promoting. Both can be true. Like it could be a busy Saturday. Like this day actually is such a busy day in my family. Like there's so many things going on, which usually I don't have a lot going on the weekends. So I'm like, oh gosh, if everyone else is this busy, man, I hope like it's going to be a busy day. This weekend's just a busy weekend for us. So like that could be the case for a lot of people. Or it just isn't the right place. Like if it doesn't go exactly as I hope it to go, I'll still do another one. And if that one also like doesn't really do anything, then I won't do another one of those. I'll do something else. I'll continue to do other things. Other things I'm doing also alongside of this. I'm not just like, this is it. This is my plan. Single action item. I'm still talking about my skincare line to everyone, giving out samples, telling people about what I do over and over and over and over again. And I get some people that are interested and some people that are not. And that is how any business is. So I'm going to, in the same episode, come back and tell you what happened. So I will record next week and tell you what happened. So stay tuned. Like, you have to stay tuned. Just future Brittany's coming. Okay, I just wanted to give you the update after my event. If you're watching the video, you will see on my side is the boxes I have not unpacked. That is my type C self. Okay, I can't tell you what happened. So this is how I left you. I was nervous, and I was nervous the day of, and I really didn't want to go. And my husband, who had been like up so late the night before flying, woke up with me and my daughter, which I've done this kind of stuff in my business, in my life by myself as like a single woman. And then just, growing my business. Like, I just did everything was with myself. Even I was married, but my husband was busy with his job and whatever. And it was really special to have them come with me. And like, they helped me set up. And when I say they helped me set up, it means they started putting stuff where and I was just like, you guys just need to go. Okay. And like, I got there, and like, there was a class in session, and it was, and another class was coming in, and they told me like, it's going to get busier later in the day. So like, whatever. And about 45 minutes later, like, the permanent jewelry girl came and set up, and she was super friendly, and we were chatting. And people, these are the different responses I got from people. So I hope this is helpful for you, because I think people think that when you do this kind of events, like when I've talked to estheticians and coached them in the past, they think they're going to get the kind of interest that you would get that if you were at a park and you were offering free face painting or free balloon animals, and how you would have a line of children from the tri-state area lining up because the word would have spread of free face paint and balloon animals. That is not what you're going to get at a vendor event for the most part, unless you're very, very well known. Like, almost never. So the different responses you're going to get from people. And I knew this already because I've done this before. I was an intern for HR at Citibank, the bank. And I worked in the recruiting department for a while with the recruiters, where we would go to these job fairs. So I was a booth girl then. I'm just going to tell you tell you all the experience I've had. Then my grandpa was a salesman. That was his career. And he would represent different products and sell them to like hardware stores, essentially. Like Ace was really big, Home Depot. He had accounts with Osh. I don't know if you know who Osh is. That was big in California. So anyways, he would have different events with those companies that he would go and do events with, that he'd be a vendor for. And I would go for the weekend and help him and work with him and talk about the cleaning stuff and whatever, the Easy Reacher he had. I don't know if you know what an Easy Reacher is. My grandpa represented that product. I did these booths with Mary Kay. If you don't know, I was Mary Kay consultant back in the days, one of my first podcast episodes. When else have I done these booths? I did these booths doing makeup, promoting bridal makeup before, with the girl who I did my makeup, I did makeup with. It was her business and I was a contractor for her. I did those booths with her a few times. I don't love doing booths. Okay. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's why I was nervous. That's why I was like, because I've done it before. I know how it goes. This is not my first time. I knew it was not going to be the face paint but balloon animal experience, right? I knew what it was going to be like. So these are the responses that you get. So people walk by really fast right in front of you. Now, if you're at a place like a bridal hall where they pay a ticket to go to there, that generally doesn't happen as much. If you're at a place like I was like at a gym or like in a park or something where people are just doing their own thing and you happen to be there, that's going to be a response you're going to get from a lot of people. Just like straight ahead looking. You're over here to the left of them. There's zoom going right by you. Totally normal. This is what I tell myself about those people. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. The truth is this whole situation makes them very nervous. They're afraid I'm going to talk to them. They're afraid that they're going to have to talk, and they aren't ready to talk. They're doing, they're so in their own head, and they're used to the people at the mall that like shout at you when you walk by the booths at the mall, and they're like, oh my God, please don't shout at me. Because they don't even know what you're doing. They have to go and pick up their kid. They got to go, to Costco before it gets busy. Like they got a lot going on, right? So I just think it's embarrassing for them. This whole thing is so embarrassing for them, and they're nervous just to be around it. Nothing about me. They don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. So they're gone. The other type of person that you see is they kind of walk, if you're watching the video, and they kind of like look at you very briefly and smile, and they keep looking. They say good morning and keep going. And they make it clear that they're not interested, but they can't help but acknowledge you out of kindness and or manners. Again, I just think that's so nice. That person said good morning to me. That's what I say in my head. That is the only way you get through this. Because if you think they hate me, it's going to kill you. Okay. So we just had like 3 hours of this. And like, of course, the other booth girls came over, the other vendors, and they were asking me questions. And I was like asking them about their stuff and drinking a juice from one of the juice girls. And, we're like, the vendors are all together we're all interested in each other's stuff, right? Just because what else are we gonna do? So then a girl comes, like, I'm sitting there and there's like people coming, and a woman comes up and she's like instantly starts like looking at the products and picking things up, and I'm like, oh hi, like hello. And she's like asking me 1,000 questions, and she was like worked the daycare in the gym. She's like, I gotta go to work, but like what time are you gonna be here till? Like, God, okay, wow, okay. So then the manager actually, who I had given products to in the past, comes in, and she comes in and she's like, oh my gosh, like I want to get a product, like la la la, like starts pulling the products that she wants because she had tried and liked them. Great. So I'm trying to get her sales. And then another woman comes up, and this is like the end of almost 4 hours. So for 4 hours, I just sat there while people smiled and or ignored me as they walked by. That was it. No one approached the table. So the other woman walks up to me, and I think I told you at the beginning of this episode that I put my SPFs in the bathroom. I have a tinted and a moisturizing SPF. Put them in the bathroom. And they've been in the bathroom for at least 2 months now. And she walked up and she goes, I love your SPFs. I really want to get this. And she starts pulling the products. I have a sample kit. She pulled the sample kit. She pulled it. And she was like, this is what I want. And then the daycare lady came back and bought a few things. So I made 3 sales, which is exactly the most likely. Like if I go back, I didn't listen to the beginning of the podcast, but if I went back and listened to, I'm 99% sure is what I said was the most likely thing to happen. Now you may think, Brittany, that was a complete waste of time. How much money did you make? I probably made around $100. Like you made $100 in 4 hours. But when people started coming to the table, the little handouts I had, people started picking them up. A lot of people started picking them up. I almost ran out of handouts. And I just told people about what I have. I have my this, my name's Brittany, la la la. I have my little spiel, right? So I probably talked to 20 to 30 people. 3 bought. I probably saw around 100 people walk. They were in the same vicinity as me. Whether or not they even realized what I was selling, they still were like somewhat exposed to me. This is how connection works. This is how it builds. It is not almost never instant, like boop, boop, connection. I'm just going to let that sit there. And if you're going to anything like this, where you're trying to grow your business and you're expecting that instant boom, you're delusioned and you're going to be disappointed. Because I'll go again. They probably will have another event around Christmas. I'll go again, and I promise you what will happen. 1 or 2 people will be like, I saw you last time and I didn't stop because of X. And I wanted to stop. And they may even just get a handout. They may just talk to me. They may not buy anything, but people are going to start to recognize me as this girl. Or maybe like I go work out tomorrow and there's a woman there that's like, oh my gosh, I saw you on Saturday and I wanted to stop, but I didn't have time. Do you have a card or something? Right? And because like, again, when you open your own business, no one has ever heard of you. You are not a well-known business. Like if you were doing a table for Massage Envy, like if I was Massage Envy, so many people would know who I was. Like that's a Massage Envy girl. Like you wouldn't have to explain to them when they know. Like you get a massage or a facial there. Like you just know. And of course, there'd be people in the room that don't know Massage Envy. They haven't heard of Massage Envy. But a lot of people already know the name of the business and they know what the business does. I was in a room where nobody knew my name or what I did. Zero. Like the trainers that were teaching the classes, like were reading off of post-it note and examples, and the girl was like, and Brittany with she looks over at me, Quickie Glow Skincare. And I was like, yeah. She's like, Quickie Glow Skincare if you want to need help with your skin. Like she didn't know. She's never heard of this before. It's new information to her. Right? Like we're expecting to have that brand awareness of a big company that people are like, yes, I've been meaning to buy or I've bought from you before and I want to buy again. You build it yourself. You have to get the bricks out and build it yourself. And sometimes certain avenues of building go quicker than others. And sometimes certain things online work faster. Sometimes things in person work faster. Sometimes these things do work faster in different ways. But my goal, honestly, with my skincare business is to have 100 people, 100 clients buying product. That is the goal that I'm at. And I probably have like 15 right now, maybe 10 to 15. Like I definitely think 10 for sure of the people who bought from me will buy from me again. Maybe 5 won't, like from a statistic standpoint. So like, I don't need that many people. So if I got 3 new customers, which I think I did, that's incredible. And if those people repurchase the products like 5 or 6 times, I've made my money for my time. It just wasn't instant. So afterwards, I felt really good. I was happy I made at least a sale. That was the biggest thing that I wanted to do, is make at least 1 sale. I made 3. I was happy to make connections with people. I didn't expect anything of anyone walking by. I think that was really helpful. Like I genuinely was just trying to put out positive vibes, just having some good vibes. And I will go again. Now, if I go like multiple times to this particular gym and like the next 3 times and like no one buys anything the next few times or whatever, maybe I'd reevaluate it. But it was the success because people bought things and took the flyer. If your definition, like you may have to change the definition of what success looks like for you. Because yes, the goal is money, but there's often so many steps in between where you are and where the money comes. And then once you hit money, usually those people keep coming and then that money keeps going. And then that, like, it's easier there, right? Like that's less work to maintain a customer than it is to get a new client, right? But like if you've talked to any business person, they're like, it's way harder to get a new person in the door than it is to maintain someone, which is why I always talk about connection. Because if you're connected to your clients, it's much more likely they're going to keep coming to you. Of course, there's going to be circumstances why they don't. But for the most part, if they feel connected to you, they're going to keep coming. But I have to start with I have to connect with them to get to them to the point of purchasing. They're so far away from it. They don't even know it. Like, they're like, is this an MLM? Is she making this skincare in her bathtub? What is happening? Like, they don't, like, I would be very skeptical before I became an SH. Like, what the heck is that? I don't even know. I wouldn't want to stop because I wouldn't want her to think I'm going to buy anything because I don't really know. I'd want to be able to read stuff on the down low without her knowing, right? So I don't know. She could be selling something weird. Now I'm stuck talking to her. And I think that, like, as someone who is a friendly introvert. I like people. I like chatting with people. I also don't want to get stuck talking to a stranger. I don't want to be like have someone sell something really hard to me, so I can be a little bit like standoffish, skittish, like a deer. So knowing that I'm pretty, I think, non-threatening when people come up, I'm just like, hey, what's going on? Like, I'm very like easy breezy, friends-esque. And if people see me, like, I think is, of course, people started talking to me, started kind of seeing my vibe, how I was talking, how I was like, I wasn't like, there was no like selling. I was just chatting, telling about the products and like asking them what they're interested in. And so then more people approached because it was like, then I wasn't necessarily having to talk to them, right? Because there was other, like, they could kind of get their stuff and go, right? They can like come and grab a piece of paper and run away, right? And like, it kind of changes that energy. And so you just want to think about how people are scared of you. Like, people are scared to talk to strangers. We were, as 90s kids, were taught firmly not to talk to strangers. And it can feel intimidating because then they feel like, oh no, I'm gonna feel guilty if I don't buy anything. But like, I'm super happy they just wanted to ask, like, get a flyer. Like, I was thrilled with that. Like, there was no disappointment for me. But they don't know. Now they're expecting me to, oh no, what if she's gonna be sad? And then no, like, they don't want that. They're just like, I don't know. I'm interested, but I also like, I don't want to commit. So there's all these like things happening. And it's so little about me. So little. If you're watching the video, my hands are very tiny. Of course, there may be people there that are rolling their eyes internally or externally, and I didn't see them. Of course, there could be people that would go home and be like, oh God, this girl, she's so insufferable. Like, people, of course, could be judging me. And that came up a couple times where I was like, oh, that person could judge me. That person's maybe judging me, right? Like, it kind of comes up into my brain because I'm a human being. And what I tell myself is, if someone wants to judge me for creating my own skincare line and putting it out in the world, knowing that it's a great line, people are obsessed with the products, that's on them. That's not on me. And when I had my acne business, like, if someone wants to judge me for wanting to help people with their skin, and I know I've changed people's lives and I know people love the work that I do, if they think that's icky and embarrassing and cringy, that's on them. It's nothing to do with me. That's their own insecurities they're projecting on me. And who knows if anyone is, right? But that kind of helped me deflect it. Like, I am not, if someone has judgments about me, I am not internalizing. I don't have to, I don't have to own that. I know we talk about her a lot here. I'm sorry, and you're welcome. But like, Taylor Swift's Life of a Showgirl album came out. It's been less than a week when I'm recording this. And just like every album, everyone always acts like this is the first time this has happened. Every album, I've been a fan from day one. People tear her to shreds. People have lots of mean things to say. Like, when she first started, they said she was too country pop, and then they said she was too pop and not enough country, and then they didn't like people just like hated 1989, that album, and like they hated the lyrics. They thought it was so dumb, and Shake It Off and Blank Space. I mean, she got so much hate for it, and I know this because I was like super offended. And then, oh my God, Reputation was just absolutely trashed. People hated Reputation. Didn't get any Grammy nominations. Of like all her albums, I think it's the only one that's not gotten nominations. Maybe Lover. Then Lover, oh my God, everyone really hated Lover. Oh my God, like, people still talk so badly about Lover. Then Midnights, I think, didn't get as much bad talk. Oh, then she had the two, like, Folklore, Evermore. Those, she got a lot of new people, but a lot of her people, like her originals, didn't like it. Then Midnights was kind of like a blend of the two albums, like Evermore-esque with like 1989. Like, it had a little bit of both. People seem to be happier with that. And then Torture Poets, oh, everyone hated that album. Hated it. And then, of course, now Showgirls, everyone has so many hatreds about it too. And my point is, people are always going to make judgments about you, especially if you are more and more well-known. And in order to have a business, people have to know you exist. And that means you are putting yourself in the way of people judging you. It's easier for people, you are more vulnerable for judgment. Fortunately, if you're a small business like me, a lot of people I hear about it, they just think it in their heads or they tell their friend, but I don't actually hear it. Thank God. I'd be under a rock crying every day, all day, if I got the comments that Taylor gets. I'm a sensitive flower. But like, it doesn't exist. It's not going to work. People are going to judge you. You can't grow a business without people judging you. You just can't. You can't. Like, it's not a thing. So what you focus on is what's super important. And what I focused on is, I really hope the people that got the products loved them. And I'm going to do more. And that's it. And if they didn't love the products, it's okay. Not everyone's going to love every product. This is also how it works with skincare products. Like, there's some skincare products I hate and people love. Like, I would never use it. People love it and vice versa. It's fine. It's room for everyone. Okay, that's it for today. Go do something that makes you uncomfortable. See you next week. Bye for now.